Hey everyone, Josh here, coming at you live from the bustling streets of New York City to talk about a game changer. I want to share a secret weapon that many creators are completely overlooking for content repurposing. Imagine finishing a massive, beautifully color-graded 16.9 edit that everyone loves. Then comes the inevitable request from the client or team. Can you quickly spin that into a story, a reel, and a grid post? If that familiar request gives you a little bit of dread, then you are definitely in the right place today. A lot of us naturally default to trying to hack this all together inside Adobe Premiere Pro first. To its credit, Premiere does offer an Auto Reframe feature that attempts to track your subject when you switch aspect ratios. You toss your finished landscape sequence into a new vertical or square preset, hit the button, and watch it try to keep the main action centered. This function is genuinely helpful when you are only dealing with a single clip that needs a quick visual adjustment. However, Auto Reframe is really just step one of a much larger, multi-step problem you still have to solve manually. It handles the simple cropping and recomposition, but it completely misses the bigger picture of content strategy. This feature won't intelligently select the most engaging sound bites from an hour-long interview for you. It certainly doesn't offer any way to batch process an entire library of footage all at once. And let's not forget, if you aren't already fully subscribed to Adobe's ecosystem, that's another recurring monthly fee adding up. So while it's useful for a small nudge, it simply isn't the scalable solution the modern content world demands. This is precisely where a platform like Vizard starts to look incredibly appealing and powerful. Let me walk you through my actual process because this tool feels less like software and more like having a dedicated assistant. Vizard operates as an AI-first platform explicitly designed to transform your long-form video into a stack of ready-to-post social clips. It goes far beyond simple cropping by intelligently hunting for the moments in your footage that have the highest potential for viral reach. The platform compiles these moments into finished clips and even seamlessly integrates the publishing step right into the workflow. This system is the absolute perfect fit for individual creators, small production teams, and fast-moving agencies needing high content velocity. The goal is to push out a consistent stream of engaging videos without needing to hire a dedicated editor for every single recut. Let's look at how this fundamentally differs from that basic auto reframe method you might be using. When you upload something substantial, like a 45-minute interview or a full-length live stream, the AI gets to work. It immediately begins scanning the entire recording to pinpoint moments characterized by high engagement metrics like genuine laughter or strong, punchy statements. Crucially, it eliminates the need for you to manually scrub through the entire timeline searching for those elusive gems. What you see next is the auto-editing viral clips feature running live, showcasing its power. Vizard assigns a specific score to every segment based on its predicted viral performance metrics. It then delivers you a collection of short-form clips that are already precisely trimmed and optimized for both vertical and square aspect ratios. Each suggested clip even comes with AI-determined starting and ending points that make narrative sense. In real-world application, this means you skip the tedious afternoon of hunting soundbites and manually recropping everything. Instead, you are simply reviewing a handful of smart, AI-suggested clips and making minimal, final touches to perfect them. This transition from raw footage review to final review is a monumental time-saving shift for any editor. Another massive friction point when repurposing video is the tedious back end of posting and scheduling logistics. Many tools can help you edit, and some allow for bulk exports, but very few smoothly incorporate the actual publishing step. Vizard completely bundles the necessary scheduling functionality directly into the main content flow for maximum efficiency. You simply define your desired publishing cadence, whether that's daily, twice a week, or at specific prime times, and the auto-schedule feature takes over. The platform smartly queues up your new content pieces into your editorial calendar automatically based on your rules. If you are managing content for multiple brands or complex client requirements, this centralized scheduling is an absolute lifesaver. It completely prevents that exhausting necessity of juggling 5 different applications or constantly copying files into external tools. That, my friends, is one less stressful open tab in the mental browser you have to manage every single day. Furthermore, the integrated content calendar itself is designed to be genuinely functional, not just a decorative list of dates. You gain a single pane of glass overview of everything scheduled across all your designated social platforms at a glance. Need to adjust a post time or move a clip from an Instagram story slot to a TikTok release? You can instantly drag and drop it right there. Keeping everything perfectly synced in one location is a dream for staying organized. When a client inevitably asks what is going live this week, you can simply direct them to this single, consolidated calendar view. This eliminates the need to manually compile status reports or create separate, temporary spreadsheets just for status updates. Now, I know what some of you are already thinking, but what about my essential quality control? You're right to ask, because the AI can't always perfectly capture the exact nuance or the precise emotional beat of a moment. The key distinction here is that Vizard is designed to assist your creativity, not outright replace your creative authority. It still gives you the full opportunity to meticulously preview every single AI-suggested clip before it goes anywhere. You maintain the power to fine-tune the in and out points, adjust any generated captions, or shift the final framing if needed. The true magic is that the AI drastically reduces the volume of decisions you have to personally make that day. Instead of staring blankly at 60 minutes of raw, unorganized footage, you are thoughtfully reviewing perhaps 10 to 20 highly intelligent suggestions. For creators who are constantly battling the clock, this shift is the critical difference between maintaining a consistent publishing schedule and posting only when you have spare time. Let me put this time-saving benefit into concrete, measurable terms based on a recent session I ran. I recorded a solid 30-minute professional presentation that needed to be repurposed for 3 different social channels. Manually recreating those vertical clips would have easily consumed an entire dedicated working day, no exaggeration. That day would have been spent selecting moments, painstakingly keyframing every composition change, exporting, renaming files, and finally scheduling each one. Using Vizard, I simply uploaded the original file and let the high-speed AI handle the initial heavy lifting of clipping. Then, I quickly reviewed the batch of recommended 45-second cuts, made minor adjustments to the text overlays, and set the final schedule. Boom, content for an entire week was finalized and queued up in under 60 minutes of my direct time. That is not hyperbole or marketing fluff. That is straightforward, quantifiable workflow mathematics changing the game. When looking at the broader market, there are certainly other applications that tackle equal parts of this specific problem. Some offer smart reframing capabilities very similar to what we discussed in Premiere, and a few provide fast auto-trimming features like Clip-O-Matic or Capwing. Other platforms double down and focus almost exclusively on the scheduling side like Buffer or Later, which excel at calendar management. The recurring issue is that most of these competitors only successfully own one small lane in the overall content creation highway. Premiere gives you editing prowess and basic reframing, but it totally ignores the necessary scheduling aspect and demands a steep learning curve. Tools like Capwing are quick for basic edits but often lack the deep batch intelligence or can sometimes result in messy final exports. Pure scheduling apps offer fantastic calendar control, but possess absolutely zero native clipping or AI highlight selection built in. Vizard's true sweet spot, the feature that makes it compelling, is the seamless combination of these critical lanes into one flow. That specific trinity of automated highlights, native repurposing, exporting, and integrated scheduling is what makes it feel purpose-built for our modern creator hustle. If you are eager to try out this efficient approach, here are a few practical, professional tips to maximize your results. When you are shooting your original footage, make sure you always give yourself plenty of breathing room and generous physical margins within the frame. Do not be afraid to capture wide shots because Vizard excels at intelligently cropping those into perfect vertical compositions automatically. If a subject moves unexpectedly outside the initial center point, the AI is usually smart enough to select a better in or out point for the resulting clip. You should also focus on capturing moments that are inherently simple and highly punchy in their delivery. Think short, definitive statements, a quick funny observation, or a very concise instructional step, as these translate to viral clips much faster. Long, rambling tangents rarely perform well as short-form content, no matter how good the editing is. Finally, if custom aesthetics like specific caption styles or branding are important, Vizard generally allows you to quickly apply subtitle templates and overlay branding elements. This ensures your visual identity remains completely consistent across all repurposed videos without having to rebuild design templates repeatedly. It is also important to address the conversation around cost and overall accessibility for different workflows. If you are already deeply embedded in the Premiere ecosystem and primarily working on complex, high-end narrative editorial, you should absolutely stick with your trusted tool. Premiere remains the unparalleled industry standard for managing highly complex timelines and intricate custom color grading work. However, if your primary goal is scaling content output, think daily posts, weekly repurposing, or feeding short clips from long sessions, the costs start to multiply. Paying for that full Adobe subscription, plus the significant amount of your own billable time spent on manual creation quickly becomes a very expensive proposition. Vizard's pricing model is specifically engineered around maximizing content scale while minimizing the required human hours and the need to bridge between multiple applications. For the majority of busy individual creators and small, agile teams, that simple business math makes adopting this system an absolute no-brainer decision. My final piece of advice is to treat this technology as a powerful partner in your creation process, never as a complete crutch. The absolute best, most polished results always occur when you skillfully combine your unique creative instincts with the platform's incredible speed. Let the AI rapidly surface the segments that are statistically likely to win over an audience, and then you apply your expert human taste to finalize thumbnails and captions. The tangible outcome of this synergy is significantly more content being published, a greater number of testing opportunities, and a noticeable reduction in creative burnout. Alright, that concludes the full rundown of this essential workflow adjustment for modern video creation. If you are currently stuck manually juggling long edits in a demanding social media calendar, seriously consider testing a repurposing first tool like Vizard. It won't ever replace your primary nonlinear editor when you need deep customization, but for consistent social clip output, it's been a massive workflow upgrade for me. Try uploading just one of your more boring long-form recordings to the platform, and you might be shocked by the hidden gems the AI digs out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Please hit that like button if you found this helpful. And be sure to subscribe if you are looking for more efficient workflow breakdowns and tips delivered without any fluff. I will catch you all in the next video.